Hello, 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 and welcome back to the GTD Podcast. We have only two people here today, but two other people might show up because apparently schedules are hard to work out for people that say they're going to be here and then aren't. But I'm here today with my friendly neighborhood hosts, Matthew, and Devin. Introduce, I don't know. You know?
Yep.
Good. I'm glad. Good. Yes, I am here also. Sorry. Yes, I'm Aaron and/or Norix and/or whatever you want to call me. I honestly don't care. But we're here with the GTD Podcast after several weeks of not uploading anything. Happy New Year! It's the first week of the year. Lots of stuff happened. Lots of stuff happened. Lots of stuff didn't happen.
The real world is starting to turn into GTA 5 and people are acting like players.
Yeah.
This is gaming podcast. I know. I said the real.
We have several things coming up in the show today.
Podcast. GTA 5 is a gaming. Gaming podcast. GTA 5 is a game. We're not talking about the real world stuff. We're just talking about the game GTA 5, my favorite game. As I have mentioned in other podcasts. Can't wait to play GTA 5 again.
Your dislike of GTA 5 is confusing, but whatever.
My what? My dislike of it. Yeah. No, I just don't like it.
I mean, it's whatever. Anyways, we have several things coming up in the show today. We'll be talking about what we've been playing this week. We'll see if we have any trailers to show. We'll be discussing host topics. We'll be discussing any news if we have any. And then we'll be moving on to shameless self-promotion and all that good stuff. The end of the show happens after that. You understand the format. Anyways, now that that's out of the way, Matthew, what have you been playing this week?
What have I been playing this week?
Yeah.
Give a guess.
I guess.
Minecraft.
Really? Oh, you've been playing something this week.
Yeah, not pretty much. I've basically just been playing Minecraft and making music and writing in regards to most of the stuff I've been doing this week. It sounds extremely dull, but it wasn't.
Well, all right then. Is that it?
Yeah.
All right. Devin, what have you been playing this week?
Bed Wars.
That's all you got?
Yeah, it's like Annihilation, but a lot faster. Been playing probably 30 hours of Bed Wars. I don't know. It's
30
It's a lot like Annihilation. It's the same kind of concept. You destroy your opponent's ability to respawn. That's the only way. I mean, you collect resources, you run around, you place blocks. 20 teammates? You place blocks. No, you have one to three. Or 0. Or a bunch, because the super castle. Is that's a version? Well, you know, the one that's the mess. I think they changed that. It's now ultimate mode. Which is way more fun. Ultimate mode is really fun. Anyway, I've been doing that. I've been trying to figure out how to use my green screen, which has been fun. Yeah, you just started doing that today, right? That was fun. I mean, I've been trying to. No, yeah, just started. That's kind of it. What? You're right back.
All right then. Yeah. Well, since both of you are boring as all hell, I'll just move on to myself.
I mean,
I've been playing all that much this week. I've been playing intermittent sessions of Smash Brothers here and there. But the one major thing, before the podcast started, before we started recording, I was playing the demo for the new Monster Hunter game, Monster Hunter Rise. And I'm sure lots of people have already played it and experienced it, but I mean, it's more Monster Hunter. It's probably quite similar to Monster Hunter World. I haven't personally played Monster Hunter World just because I can't. But it is, it's Monster Hunter. I don't know what else to say. It's Monster Hunter. They've taken elements from Monster Hunter World and added them to the game in terms of some gathering stuff and other having infinite whetstones and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And also the major thing, the areas are continuous and not blocked off by loading zones. So it's a whole continuous area instead of multiple separate little bits connected by loading zones. So that's a big thing. Other than that, it's just more Monster Hunter. It's fun. I don't have much else to say about it because it's Monster Hunter. But and that's it for me. That's what I've been playing this week. Not gonna go off on a tangent like I normally do, but yeah, that's what I'm playing this week. So we're moving through our topics swiftly because both of my hosts are boring and can't hold a conversation with themselves. But we have no trailers today. Literally no trailers have been released yet.
Oh, wow.
That are worth... Yeah, there's no trailers for games that are coming up. So we're just going to move directly into host topics.
The problem has been fixed.
And yes, we're proceeding directly onto host topics. So, Matthew, you probably don't have one. Devin, how about you?
No.
All right. This is good. This podcast is going to be like 30 minutes long.
Oh,
more like 10.
I didn't come up with a host topic because I forgot that this was happening today because I was kind of exhausted yesterday, and then I was gonna head
10
over.
minutes later, and the podcast.
I just completely forgot.
We could just make this podcast into talking.
That's based. Spoiler. There's no news to talk about either. No, nothing has happened in the gaming industry worth talking about.
Oh, really?
There are no trailers and there's no news. We got host topics, what we've been playing this week, and nothing else. So there you go. And the guest I ordered for this week has decided to not show up, and my other host is also not here, and we probably won't even have enough content to stall for him to be here.
Actually, I suspect that our guest forgot or is asleep because she isn't.
I'm just going to go on with my host topic, since it's actually something it's something I thought of and is vaguely interesting, hopefully, and it's something you two chuckle nutters that can actually talk about.
Okay.
So, before I get to my topic, I'm going to take a brief aside to explain the basis of it, which is gaming trends specifically. Now, over the last, we're going to talk about gaming trends of the last 10 years briefly. Over the last 10 years, gaming trends, there's been a lot of gaming trends over the last 10 years. Specifically, you got early early 2010s, you have the rise of roguelite elements being implemented in a lot of different games. Also, in like around the maybe a little, about mid 2010s, you had the rise of basically an entirely new genre off the back of Dark Souls called the Souls-like, which was, these elements into multiple types of games. But yeah, other than roguelite, you also had, let's see, there was a lot of randomness this year. A lot of games had random elements over the last 10 years. Oh yeah, and also preceding the recent rise in gaming trends, which is games like Among Us, which are like Among Us type games, which is the rise of sort of multiplayer experiences that are completely you are cut, because in Among Us you're completely cut off from each other until you get the meeting and where you can talk. Mm-hmm. So there's this rise of games that are like that, where you are completely cut off and you can only talk to each other during a certain point. There are a few games kind of like that. I mean, specifically Town of Salem, if you've ever heard of that, which was a game that essentially a group of people in a town trying to weed out the killers. And there's you have the townsfolk, there's a bunch of different roles that each of the people have. There's basically the people of the town, the mafia, the serial killer, and the killers and stuff like that. And it was fairly complex, and most of it revolved around talking to people during the day to try and figure out what's happening, and then investigating people at night, depending on what role you had. Anyways, that aside, outside of Among Us, basically you had this rise in gaming trend of voice chat during specific times, and also what's it called? Oh, in games like Phasmophobia. Have you heard of Phasmophobia?
I've heard of it.
All right, yeah. What is it called? Proximity. That's what it is. Proximity voice chat. A rise in proximity voice chat based games. And anyways, all of the stuff I'm talking about is just to give you a brief history of gaming trends, and also to get to my main thing. What do you think is going to be the next big gaming trend? What do you think after the sort of decline of games like Among Us and Phasmophobia? What do you think is the next big gaming trend?
Is Among Us currently declining, or
no? I mean, after their decline, because Among Us is still really big, but I'm talking about Well,
my theory behind Among Us is that Among Us became big because it was a good social game, and people wanted to be able to socialize with other people, due to the present state of things, and so the question would be, what do I think? What is going to be the next thing, need that video games can fill? And I don't know. What's the future going to look like? We're going to have video games that have faster graphics, better computers, so we'll be able to have more stuff in the games. I don't know. Maybe some kind of mass MMO that everyone plays, but it gets to the point where it doesn't really feel like a video game.
Yeah, that would be terrifying.
That would be, but I think that
actually, I don't think I'd play it.
Well, no, it's the kind of thing that just everyone has an account on because they need it for banking or something. I don't.
Why would that become a thing?
Yeah, I don't know.
That seems dystopian. That sounds dystopian.
It'd be a video game.
But if the video game shuts down?
No, it's not going to shut down. It can't.
That's not how companies work, Devin.
Okay,
things can shut down. You know how expensive that server would be?
Okay. Either a worldwide overarching network game. I I don't know.
No, a game just comes out called Earth.
Something that I've wanted for a really long time.
It simulates playing Earth.
Something that I've
play you.
Something that I've wanted for a really long time is an MMO of some kind where it's like Pokemon Go, but you can only battle people if you're near. So it's like Pokemon Go, but the difference is it has like a proximity detector in the game, like on your phone or whatever, in your computer. And you can only battle people in your area, or you can only connect to people in your real life area.
If you make line of sight with them,
Something like
you're
that.
forced to fight them.
I don't know if that would be a popular game because that's too complicated.
Right. If you make line of sight with them, you have to fight them, fist to fist.
If D&D gets its act together, my guess is some kind of D&D MMO, or D&D Pokemon Go. That's my guess. As a new game that a lot of people will start playing, which is probably wrong.
I mean, I'm just asking you what you think personally is going to be the next big gaming trend. Because currently, as far as console gamings go, you have the PS5 that has... I mean, games are getting to a point where they're starting to look ridiculously good.
What about 2077?
I mean, Demon's Souls, the Demon's Souls remake is a good example because that game looks like... It looks very, very good, but it's getting to that point of like...
Uncanny Valley?
Well, kind of, but also just like... It's not exactly the realism. It's that like... I mean, I have bad eyes in general, but it's that...
Same.
It's that watershed barrier of just like, this is too... Like, there's too much detail on screen. Like, I can't like there's too much detail on screen.
It's not able to. You can't focus on anything.
What?
That happens. It happens. It's one of the reasons a lot of
like
Minecraft.
Have I told you how bad my eyes are?
I've never had
like
a problem
in terms of like I as a human being cannot tell the difference. Like, just to give an example of how bad my eyes are, I physically cannot tell the difference between 60 FPS and 30 FPS.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Physically cannot tell the difference.
That's kind of... Wow.
Also, in terms of pixels for like YouTube videos, you know how YouTube videos have all the, the 40 pixels. I generally watch YouTube's at 480p.
I generally watch them at 144.
Well, now that
I watched them at 144.
720 without lagging anyone else out.
For the longest time, I'd watch YouTube videos at 144 because it loaded faster.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, if you had like terrible computer or internet or whatever, that's fair. But what I'm getting at is that, but the difference between 480 and 720,
not that much.
Negligible, according to my eyes.
No, it's your eyes are pretty
I can
correct.
tell a pretty
Shut up.
difference.
Just your 20/20 vision.
I'm not 20/20 vision. I'm like barely blind. But there is a difference in pixelation.
Yeah,
me.
Yeah, but does it matter?
Yes, actually it does.
How does it? Okay.
Because sometimes I can't read certain things if it's 480 versus 720, and I actually can read them and I can make out details better.
If it's on a big screen,
the only thing I can tell between 480 and 720 is that it's a little... The only way I can describe it is it being a little smoother, but that's it. A little smooth.
What do you think?
Actually, it's
a bit fuzzy.
Aaron, what's the difference between 480 and 1K?
I don't know.
One word: loading time. It takes longer to load a 4K video than to load a...
I don't know. They're like
4K video.
Like, we're at the point in a society where we can make higher definition TVs than our eyes can physically see.
Yeah, it's technology.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Most are recorded in 1080.
Just as like a weird aside, since we're talking about like definition, I was watching some old Disney animated films on their Disney Plus service because my sister has it, and I was watching like Robin Hood, like the old Robin Hood, and Peter Pan, and I was like, this is like it's like that animation shouldn't look like that. The animation, like, cause it's like it looks like weirdly fast and like very, very smooth. And it's like, that animation shouldn't look like that. That shouldn't be what that animation looks like. Like it's really it happens when you take animation and run it through, well, not run it through, but like run it
over pixelate it.
Well, it's not over pixelate. It's the fact that like I was watching Peter Pan. It's like it does look.
It got
like
processed.
it feels like it's going a little faster.
It had to get processed through the streaming service, and so they compressed it.
And it looks like it's going a little faster, and it's like really smooth. And the only thing is like this animation is like over 50 years old. It shouldn't look like that.
Yeah.
It was weird. But yeah, just as like that was just an aside because we were talking about definition. But where was I other than that? Genuinely lost my train of thought. Gaming trends. That's what we were talking about. Where were
what do you think the gaming trends are going to be?
I mean, gosh, like personally, the next big gaming trend to rise up after like Phasmophobia and what's it called? Proximity voice chat, sort of like it'll probably never go away, but like after it loses popularity after a while and the next big thing comes up, we're probably going to see a return because nostalgia is such a big market nowadays, and because the 2000s were literally 20 years ago.
Don't make me think about that.
Return.
Make me think about that less.
Like the PS5 is a very impressive piece of hardware. But I don't think that, like, after the first batch of very high definition realistic looking games, we're probably going to start seeing a return to sort of cartoony styles. I mean, we're already kind of seeing that with stuff like Phoenix Rising and Genshin Impact, which are very, like, they're on those high definition consoles, but they have a like cartoony art style. So I feel like we're probably going to see that make a return.
I was actually going to say, if with the graphics getting better and better and better, they might just start remaking like some of the old Pokemon games, some of the old Mario games, but with like,
because like
what they did with Doom, or not Doom, the Thing. What's that game we were talking about? The Dark Souls game, but not Dark Souls, Demon Souls.
Demon Souls, yeah. I mean, well, in terms of Demon Souls, literally needed like a remaster or remake. That game is 11 years old. Like the original Demon Souls is over 11 years old.
Wow. I was about to say I was 5. No, I was 9.
What?
I was not 5. I was about to say that was when I was 5 years old, but 11 years ago I was 9. I was not 5.
Yeah, that game came out in 2009.
Wow.
So it was very old, and it really needed and it was stuck, completely stranded on the PS3. So like, it really needed some kind of remaster to really get it especially since the servers for it closed down too, so no multiplayer. So it really needed a remaster or remake if you wanted to really play that game again. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind high definition remakes of certain games if one comes to mind.
Like Pokemon Breath of the Wild.
I mean, if you want Game Freak to devote Breath of the Wild money to a Pokemon game, they might.
No. Pokemon Breath of the Wild.
What?
It's me saying something nonsensical. Don't question it.
Ooh, someone. That would actually be kind of cool. Someone hacks both the Zelda, both Breath of the Wild and Pokemon, repositions all the NPCs around the Zelda world. What? Yeah, and then makes it so that you're a Pokemon trainer.
Why would they hack both?
Yeah.
Make a splice game.
So they use both assets.
Yeah, that'd be kind of hard to do though.
That'd be weird. That'd be
Yeah.
weird.
I think the trend setter for very cartoony graphics for a PS5, like
Okay.
the first big one to come out would be the Ratchet and Clank game for the PS5, because Ratchet and Clank is one of my favorite series, and it's always had a cartoony art style throughout all of its iterations. But it's getting to the point where they can literally just make it look like a really, really high definition CG animated film. Like they can just make it look like that if they want.
Wow.
So it looks very good. Like it looks very good, but it has a cartoony art style. But it's still on this very high definition console. Regardless, I've probably repeated myself a couple times. I didn't mean to. But yeah, that's personally what I think. In terms of trends, that's probably it's probably what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was about to say, in media right now, there's like a resurgence in some of the old cartoons.
Nah.
Or maybe not a resurgence, but they're republishing, re-releasing them.
Yeah.
Like Looney Tunes, I heard was going back up, that kind of thing.
I mean, they're always going to find ways to make new money off of these old movies.
Wait, I know the next big game. A dating simulator game.
Uh-huh.
Why?
A VR dating simulator game.
Why?
Because a bunch of people would buy that, I think.
Yeah, probably.
That could get VR off the ground. That's kind of really sad, but that could get VR off the ground.
Well,
I mean, like...
A mainstreamed.
Pokemon
It might, but... Oh, man. There are already crazy people. I don't want crazy people in virtual reality trying to have dates with each other.
You don't want what? I didn't hear what you said.
I don't know.
I mean, like, the trick would be if you could get a bunch of celebrity people together, like just maybe not Justin Bieber, whatever the new Justin Bieber is, the young Justin Bieber, and you can get him to pose and then add some voice lines to a character, then you can have a Justin Bieber in the game, in the dating simulator. And then you can do that with like a bunch of people, and like you get like 400 characters, and then you release the game, but you give them a random chance to only get one, and then you can't actually just buy the person you want to get. You have to unlock loot boxes, and loot boxes give you keys, which will unlock random characters. So you have a chance to randomly just get a character, and then in order to get the dating simulator for the person that you want, you have to unlock all of the characters. Pretty much, or a ton of them, and it costs money to buy the loot boxes.
Do you know how problematic that game sounds?
Yes, but it sounds like it would make a lot of money.
Can I just say...
Really?
Yeah.
Sorry, I know this is completely off topic, but I hate the word problematic.
Really?
I really hate that word. It has been driven into the ground over the last 10 years, and I absolutely hate it.
Okay.
I know that was completely off topic, but I
actually could kind of agree, because if you say something's problematic, you're not saying that you're saying you're either understating it or overstating it. Because like if something's problematic but not a big deal, then what? But if something's like problematic but a big deal, like I think a dating simulator game like that would actually be kind of horrifying, because oh my god.
I don't know, man. This is a very strange idea you had, because I don't know what, like, it's a dating simulator where you have copyrighted people.
No, yeah. You ask them for permission to use their likeness in the game. You'd have to get like a whole bunch of people on board with it, or hire them, or give them like a share in the profits, and then you add a loot box.
Actually, you know the really scary thing about that? They wouldn't even have to use alive people.
They wouldn't. No, you could recreate them using old information.
That's already been done. They've recreated like digital recreations of dead people for like concerts before. Have you seen that?
I did not.
I don't remember who they did it to, but they were doing a concert and they digitally recreated like hologram of a dead musician and did like he was on the stage.
Wow.
They used the same technology that the like virtual bands use for like Hatsune Miku, because like Hatsune Miku and her band is on a stage, but like they're virtual, so they use holographic technology to do it.
Okay, I have to look into this. That's really cool sounding.
Yeah, it's it's very good. It's very interesting technology. I think it's kind of the same stuff they did with Minecraft when the Minecraft VR stuff happened, because it actually, this is quite old at this point, but when when Microsoft was first showing off their sort of VR stuff, I was absolutely blown away by how just like ridiculous it was. Cause like it was literally like I'm in a sci-fi film where holographic technology is at they've reached the holographic technology of sci-fi films, where it was literally a guy.
Oh, wow.
The idea behind it was like the thing they were doing. I wish I could remember what the press conference was. I think it was E3 2018's Microsoft press conference, if I want to say. Actually, it might have been 2017. It was 2017 or 2018. Regardless, it was combined with Minecraft. So you would wear this headset and you would see in front of you like a virtual chunk of Minecraft, and you would be able to watch people in the game move around as well. So it's like you're this overviewer, but you could see it on a table. So it was this holographic technology. It was really cool because they put it in the camera that they were using, so the audience could see what happens, and it was ridiculous. It was really cool.
And this was a few years ago.
It was the same year that Minecraft Earth was announced.
Okay, so
I think it was 2018. I think it was 2017 or 2018. I don't remember the exact date.
Wow.
But regardless, I've gone off on a tangent. Regardless, what was I talking about? I was talking about gaming trends, but like, what were we doing before that?
We were making predictions, I think. No, I don't know. No idea.
Let's see. No, wait. Matthew, you were talking about something, and then I interrupted you by saying I hate the word problematic.
Yeah, you were talking about my dating simulator.
Anyways, yeah, your sim, I don't, it's just a strange concept. I don't know if it would work.
It's weird. No, don't.
Loot boxes, dating simulator, celebrity dating simulator.
Well, now you have to send it into Hollywood because they make games. Yep.
Mm-hmm. No, here's the coolest part about that. If you could actually set up something like that, you could also, here's the gross part, you could also send people robots that are like plushy robot plushy things that can move around a little bit. And then you can coordinate it so that the plushy robot guy coordinates with the made up image you're putting over them. That makes sense? So like you can actually feel the CGI person by feeling the robot.
No, I don't think that would work.
It would work. It would just take a lot of computing.
No, you'd have to add tissue, wouldn't you?
No.
It would work.
Just feeling an object. So then it can like stroke your cheek or something. I don't know. Yeah, that sounds super ethical, right?
In terms of actual technology, that's completely feasible.
Yeah, and then you could put
terms of
super creepy.
That's a lot of technology and trouble to go for. You know what I mean? It would be really expensive too.
It would be ridiculously expensive. I think that's kind of why it doesn't happen, is because it takes, I mean, the amount of capital investment you have to get, like,
yeah, that's the thing.
$100 billion.
The holdback point for VR is the fact that it's just very expensive. At some point in the future, if VR is still something people want to see, it'll get cheaper as the technology continues.
Well,
I mean, Quest. Apparently, Quest 2, the Oculus Quest 2 is apparently really, really good.
That's actually the second. I mean, those are the two problems. Because even if VR becomes good, it has to have a market. People have to make the investment to buy it, and then secondly, you don't have to be get headaches from it.
Like, it's just kind of the unfortunate part of VR is that I feel like it doesn't really have a stable market because most, in terms of video games, I'd hazard a guess and say about, I don't know, 70, maybe 75 to 80% of the entire gaming market would not use a VR headset as a replacement for a controller to play their games.
Well, I mean, you don't use the headset to play the game. You use the controller.
But what I mean is that they use a headset to get inside. That's what I mean, though. It's
control you mean to control the movement?
Yeah, because that's the other thing. It's like the VR is not just you're in the world. You're also moving around as the person with the little bits as for hands. And it's like nobody is going to use that as a replacement to play their games. To play games specifically made for VR, there might be a market there, but it's not big enough.
You know what we do need, though? We need every person in the U.S. to have a room where they can strap themselves into this floating spider machine, and then they won't bonk in anything. They can make full rotations.
That's the other problem. To be fair, the Quest 2 actually does fix this. You don't need cameras for the Quest 2. It's entirely self-contained, so you can map out any area as your play space.
Oh, nice.
So the Quest 2 does actually fix that, and it's cordless, so you can just be the thing.
Cool.
So
I can just imagine
the Quest 2 does,
battle,
which is why it's supposed to be really good. But I don't know. I just don't think there's really a big enough reason or market for VR.
What happens when all of it runs out of battery? Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
There's also only so many games VR can do well. Driving simulators, anything simulator, VR can do very well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so my idea certainly works for VR.
FPS where you don't have to move a lot is done well.
Oh, that actually sounds kind of fun.
Yeah, weird game experiences, I'd say, would be done pretty well as too. Games like Super Hot. Have you ever heard of Super Hot? Either of you?
You can pause time, right?
No, time only moves when you move.
Oh.
The concept is that, well, literally that. You're playing as a guy that needs to take out some red refracting digital people, but time only moves when you do. So it's and in VR that works way better than it does in any in VR that works perfectly because you're literally moving your body instead of moving a character.
Mm-hmm.
So you're trying to fight off these guys and dodge bullets and throw stuff, but because you're moving, time is moving forward as well.
That's interesting. And then they figure out the way to pause time in reality when you're playing that game. No. I know that would be impossible.
Yeah, Super Hot works really well for VR. Yeah, there's just not.
Oh, VR has its place. It's VR will be the new way of watching movies, maybe. No, probably not actually.
I mean, to be fair, the idea of sitting in VR in your own personal cinema is kind of cool. It is a cool idea to be sitting in your VR helmet and you're just sitting in your own personal cinema. It is a cool idea.
Okay, that I didn't even think of that. But actually, yeah, watching VR where you put on the headset and then you're in a theater.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a nice idea.
Oh wait, what if we have VR digital houses? So you live in your house and then you can put on the VR helmet, and you can go into other rooms of your house that don't exist in the MMO that everyone plays that's automatically installed on the new set of VR helmets that people
that doesn't make sense.
Buy in 2030. In 2030, all helmets will be connected to the same game.
Why?
Because the whole world will have internet.
Why?
Because that way we can all have digital special magic houses.
It'll be the first game with 7 billion users.
Yeah.
No, that
First game with 7 billion users. Even 1-year-olds will play it.
even on 5G internet it won't work.
No, because the thing is,
Worldwide internet
requires
is
6 or 7G.
kind of far off.
WG, the whole world has internet.
Yeah, but it's the strength of the internet.
Yeah, the whole world has internet. No, that's the thing. Some countries won't have very good internet, and so they're.
I'm just gonna point out, it's vaguely hard to get good internet here.
Europe has good internet.
I'm just saying. I feel like a lot of people, especially young people that grew up in the internet age, have this weird misconception about how the internet works and exactly how expensive it is and how weirdly difficult it is because of phone companies and digital companies carving out places for them to exist. You know what I mean? So it's like they basically, like if you look at like a service map for like phones or internet, it's like, man, why don't they all provide service in all of the states?
Yeah.
Why did they carve out their own niches for some reason?
I would say
How dareth they?
part of the reason is
I know.
because there's only so much money. And so if there's an area that isn't going to be making the money, if they set up a tower there, they're probably not going to set up a tower there.
That means T-Mobile should buy Xfinity.
Okay. And part of the
I mean, they merged with Sprint.
right. But do we want an internet monopoly?
No, we don't.
You're right.
I
We
was
should
also
combine
joking.
all of them together into one.
No, I'm not saying like I'm not saying
Look
like,
at
competition.
Underneath Comcast. Comcast can be on top of this big mega company.
They should use Sprint services.
What's it? Competition is always a good thing. It's
Yeah.
It's what makes industries flourish. But at the same time, when you look at those maps of like service providers, and it's just kind of like, man, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, man, they literally did just carve up the United States for themselves.
I was about to say the other reason why they might not expand into somewhere is because they have an agreement not to mess with the other person's territory.
All right, then they go to war.
The great internet war. The great war
I have
of the
fairly good internet now. My previous router / internet was not very good at all. I don't know. I don't remember what service provider we have at the moment. Basically, internet is kind of weirdly hard to come by.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people have this misconception that everybody should have good internet, even though internet is a commodity.
home internet is
a luxury. That's what it is.
home internet is hard to come by.
Hmm?
Home internet is hard to come by. Internet itself is pretty easy. You just like go to Starbucks.
I guess. But basically, the thing is, 'cause, like, the amount of times I've read comments on YouTube videos or something similar where it's people like, man, why is this a problem? Just get an internet connection. It's like, do you even understand? do you, like, what, how old are you? Do you even understand the problem with what you've just said?
Wait, what are these comments on?
Just random videos. It's not just random videos, but it's like, videos, stuff like that, where they're talking about internet or something similar. Basically,
Well, that's gonna show.
you get what I'm saying. It's just like, it's like,
Yeah.
the fact, like, people having this like mindset that internet is like an easy thing to have, or it's like a common commodity, even though internet itself is a luxury. Like, home internet is a luxury, and good home internet is even a good, higher luxury.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And as we know, everyone has amazing fiber internet.
No, they don't, unfortunately.
Nope. Everyone in the entire planet has amazing fiber internet. And fiber internet isn't expensive.
No, but seriously, fiber internet would be the best. Just imagine a world cord. A cord that wraps around the world.
That would be dumb.
Why? No, I mean, not literally. I mean, we do actually have giant cables under the ocean that connects us to Europe, but
Sure.
no, we do. Our internet connection to Europe is giant underwater cables. A bunch of them.
Okay.
And they get chewed on by sharks. I'm just kidding. Not because they get chewed on by sharks. Just imagine some shark. No. Well, okay. The Western Seaboard goes down, but meanwhile the sharks are just like, Larry, why'd you do it? And then like Fred is like, oh, Larry, I'm so sad that you're missing. I'm gonna do it too. It's like, don't do it. Don't bite.
And then a giant, those humongous octopi. Then one of those humongous octopi puts on rubber gloves and picks. Wait a second.
Well, I was comparing it to like the Futurama suicide booth, where it's like the shark suicide booth is just biting the electric cord, and they don't realize what chaos they're doing.
Did I hear suicide booth?
Yeah, Futurama has a suicide booth in the first episode.
How much Futurama have you seen?
What?
How much Futurama have you seen?
All of it.
Oh, really? I'm just surprised.
All that's legally available on
YouTube.
Legally, yeah.
Legally?
I'm going to say it's legal until I find out it's not, because then I don't know.
Well, you can get it other places.
I mean, I assume it's legal. I don't watch it on YouTube. I watch it on
HBO. Wait a second.
Futurama streaming services.
I honestly don't know where you would find Futurama. I know it's on Hulu. It might be on Netflix.
I watched it on Hulu then. Yep, I'm not lying.
Yeah, I'm just surprised you've seen Futurama. Period.
What?
I'm just kind of surprised you've seen Futurama is all.
I don't watch it on Hulu. I kind of hate Hulu. I watch it on HBO.
Yeah.
That's a much more foolproof lie. I mean, truth.
StreamStarWars.com. I watch it on StreamStarWars.com.
Stream.
Yeah.
Watch.
Don't look that up though.
I watch it at watchanimeonline.com.
What could go wrong if you look it up? Don't. But nothing would go wrong if you
watchcartoonsonline.com. Yeah. Where were we?
You're really sweet. Sure.
Internet. I was ranting about internet. Where were we?
I have no idea. Where's Mom? Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I'm just. Anyways, wish my brain was working. You were talking fiber internet.
Yes, we could have a full world wrapping fiber internet connection.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
totally by the Venezuelan government.
I don't know if that would be.
They're the ones who set it up.
Feasible. Yeah, possible.
They're secretly setting it up right now. They're just adding extra cables.
Adding extra cables.
Probably shouldn't be talking about it if it's a secret.
Oh yeah. My cover's been blown. I'm a secret spy for the internet connection project.
That's not what I was thinking.
I'm spying on the fiber internet in the US so we can find out how good it is, and then we can use it for our own world wrapping internet.
They didn't create it.
What?
I thought you said that.
No. Fiber was its own thing. Fiber was created by some guy. But the secret fiber, world fiber.
World fiber?
World wrap. What's a good name for the world internet? World net. Net. The net. There
Whatever. With Tesla.
Yeah.
What's it? Nikola Tesla. Why couldn't I remember his name?
I need to use it.
My brain wanted to call Nikola Tesla like Tesco for some reason.
Skynet.
Never mind.
Anyways,
I don't need
Skynet.
it anymore. I don't need it
yeah, the gaming trends.
We're good at saying that.
To get back on point, that's what I think gaming trends are gonna evolve into. Cartoony games. More cartoony games with art styles that last longer. What is going on? What is going on? Why? You...
I'm back. I was just throwing something away.
Uh-huh. Right.
So where are we?
Gaming trends. That's what I think gaming trends. You guys already said your pieces on that, I suppose. All right. Well, we don't have any news today, but there is a bit of news that happened like over 2 weeks ago now that I think is still kind of worth talking about just because of how ridiculous it is. I tweeted about it because as well. No, you don't use Twitter, but so I found a little article. I was following. I found a little article about Atari. Atari released a new console recently called the Atari Token, and it's entirely devoted to cryptocurrency.
Hey.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
That's interesting.
I don't know what Atari thinks they're doing.
Well, did
I
you see?
also don't think the man running Atari has any self-awareness whatsoever.
What do you mean?
In the article that I was reading
Oh,
about it, basically it's called the Atari Token. It was released, I don't know. It was part of a, what is it called? Fundraising? Not fundraising. Kickstarter. It was part of a Kickstarter thing. They kickstarted it. But it's a home, it's like a home computer. It's like a mini home computer that's also a gaming device that can play games of some kind. I think it might, like, I just don't know what they're doing. Like, it's cryptocurrency. Like, it's a crypto console. That's literally what it's a crypto console.
Is it the first crypto console?
weird.
It's literally for they market it as for people who are like, oh, people need this. People who don't have access to real money need this so they can have access to cryptocurrency. Like, that's literally what the CEO said. It's literally like, this is for people to have money. I don't understand him. And also, he for some reason thinks that the target demographic is like late 20s, early 30s, even though the Atari originally came out in the late 70s. He also unironically uses the statement whales in the article. Because
Nice.
in business terms, companies look for whales, which are people with, they call, yeah, the corporate world is kind of disgusting in how they name people. They name the people that give them the most money whales. They think the whales, as it is, are in the late 20s, early 30s demographic.
Well, that makes total sense.
Wait, why would they think that?
I don't know.
It's in the late 90s.
Like I said, I don't think the CEO of Atari has any self-awareness. Like zero self-awareness.
The people born in the 20s and 30s are dead by now.
No, that's not what
Yeah, it's like I'm just going to say, the people that grew up with the Atari are in their 40s, nearing 50s. And when I say
Wow.
grew up, like to say you grew up with the Atari, that means you had to have been a child when it was first released. So if you were a child of, let's say, 6, maybe 10, that already puts you way above their estimate by about years. Just saying. Yeah, it's just a I just don't know what the fuck Atari is doing. I just don't understand.
They're trying to business.
Yeah, I guess they're trying to business. I don't know, man. Devin is gone because he said he would be. Yeah, I don't know, man.
They're being Atari. I don't know enough about Atari to actually understand if that's right or not.
It is fascinating company, to be perfectly honest.
Okay.
The modern Atari, I should say, which used to be sort of infograms and some other bits and bobs, because like Atari back then went out of business. Let's be perfectly clear. They went out of business after the gaming crash.
Okay.
Modern Atari has literally nothing to do with old Atari. They're just riding on the coattails of their nostalgia, I guess. I don't know. They're also like Atari also owns several weird properties. Like they own the Roller Coaster Tycoon franchise.
I've heard of that.
And the only thing they've really done as of late is just release a bunch of random weird remakes of their classic Atari titles on the mobile devices. And also Roller Coaster Tycoon Mobile, which is abhorrent, to say the least.
Okay.
Yeah. Going on a rant at this point. But it's just wild.
Mm-hmm.
The Atari token is just a wild idea that I just don't understand.
Fair.
Yeah, we've been going for about an hour and a half or so.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
We have?
Yeah, about.
We've been recording for probably an hour.
Regardless. Well, I have nothing else to fill up the space because the other two people I wanted to be here aren't.
Yep.
So, this will just be an incredibly short episode that involves a lot of me ranting about random topics, which is kind of it's a similarity. Anyways, let's move on to, is Devin still in the house?
I mean, he's still in the house, yes.
All right, let's move on to shameless self-promotion. Tell Devin to get over here so he can shamelessly promote himself.
Hi.
I removed
Shamelessly
his chair.
promote yourself. What do you have coming up this week, and where can people find you?
I'm Blingden. You can find me on Blingden. Google search the word Blingden. Oh, probably don't Google search the word Blingden. YouTube search the word Blingden.
Why Blingden?
Because Blingden is that's my channel.
Wait,
now.
what?
Ignore everything else that's happened.
And
none of those matter. None of
what?
those matter. Blingden is the only thing that exists.
I feel like you're super unfocused.
Blingden is my focus. No, Blingden is my focus. I am super unfocused by focusing on one thing. How am I? What?
But you also had Elliot Z.
Yeah, but now I'm being super focused.
But you also have
the other
Mafu Gaming.
Nope, just Blingden. Blingden is the
other
only
two
thing
were
that,
focused.
cool, but Blingden is the only thing that matters. Just Blingden. You can just
But
search
why-
Blingden.
No, what? Oh,
Yep,
hold on.
that's it.
Well,
Bye.
Why?
That's the only thing that matters is Blingden.
What you just did was prove that you're not staying focused.
I am focused. Blingden.
For how
Blingden,
long?
Blingden.
What about
Blingden,
spray?
Blingden.
What about spray?
That takes so much work. Blingden. Blingden takes a lot of work, but it's a lot easier and it's way focused. But Mafia Gaming has like random animations in the
I'll
back
tell you,
history.
might have done something by accident to the world.
Yeah, I may have accidentally deleted the Sabercraft world.
You should probably always keep backups in case you accidentally in case you
I'm
delete
pretty
your
sure
whole
Minecraft
file.
automatically saves backups. You just have to look
Yeah,
for
no, I deleted Minecraft.
He was upset. I don't know either.
I
Don't
also
worry.
accidentally deleted some of them.
download it.
I can, but the worlds are gone.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not. Minecraft automatically saves backups. Just look through the files.
I did
Look
actually.
through the backup log.
No, Aaron. I typed in Minecraft into the search, hit select all, deleted all files that had the Minecraft connected. And,
Oh my god.
and it took like 10 minutes to transfer them all into the trash, and then I deleted them.
That was really stupid.
I was really stupid, yes.
That was dumber than I thought you did.
Blingdon, no. Blingdon.
I thought you just uninstalled the game.
No, Blingdon's smart. He didn't do that. The new me is Blingdon.
Isn't it still you though?
I can escape myself if I try hard enough.
But temper.
So what you're saying is that you want to become the physical embodiment of George Lucas.
What?
No.
Everybody makes fun of George Lucas because he kept changing the original trilogy.
Oh. Eh.
Yeah, but at least he didn't go into a file and just delete the whole thing.
I mean, technically, you might say he did delete the original trilogy until
No, he did
he
remove
released the damn
Okay,
thing.
Here's the thing.
Like,
No one cares about Sabercraft.
I mean, if your channel gains a following,
No
people
one
will.
cares about Sabercraft.
It was cute.
It was cute, yeah, but people care about Blingdon.
Do they?
They do, because Blingdon's funny. Sometimes.
Don't you have subscribers on Delia Z?
Yes, I also have subscribers on DevMafu, and I have no subscribers on Blingdon. My focus is in the proper
your
location.
business strategy seemed really bad.
No, it's perfect. I'm very smart.
I feel like I'm. I see no systematic anything in your system.
No, I'm not systematic. But anyway, that's
Yeah.
my shameless promotion. We can just ignore everything else that I've said in other podcasts. That's the only thing that matters.
All
I
right,
feel like you
then.
focus on the other ones.
I will. I'll upload stuff, but I don't care. I'm not promoting them. They're not important.
Put them in the description anyway.
Ow.
Do it.
Actually, don't put Blingdon in the description. People have to search for it.
What?
Ah,
That's just gonna get confusing.
yes.
Doesn't matter.
Vanish
Matthew.
Yes.
where can
Hi.
we find you, and what do you have coming up?
Well, currently I have music being released every Monday and every Tuesday and Friday. And I'm gonna be, once I have a computer that doesn't that isn't dying. So once I've built my new computer,
All right.
I will be recording a couple Minecraft series because I, for some reason, want to do a lot of editing, and I need to buckle down to edit a D&D session.
Yep.
They're so long, and I have to hear myself the whole time.
Yeah, well, I listen to these, so suck it up.
That's fair, but
At least you don't sound like you're constantly talking through a fucking pillow.
to me, I sound really high pitch.
Yeah, I'm very
Squeaky.
I'm very deep, and it sounds like I'm always on the edge of my voice. Or it sounds like I'm always, to me, my voice sounds like I'm always at like talking with a mouthful of marshmallows.
Huh.
Like it sounds like I'm at the very edge of my voice all the time for some reason.
Huh. That's interesting.
Like I can't even physically replicate what I think my voice sounds like.
Same here. The channel you can find all this stuff on is called
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, the channel you can find this all on is called Mystical Meanderings. I'm working on banner art and stuff for it.
Yeah.
Aaron, if you can link me the thing you made your channel banner on, I could put a temp thing up. That would probably be a good idea.
It's basically just text.
Yeah, but I
You
don't.
can put a background image and some vague effects and then text. You can't
Yeah.
draw anything or do anything else.
That's fine. I just think it would be
Also, it's just called Snappa.
Snap Up. Okay, I will.
Snappa.
Snappa?
Yes. It's called Snappa. It's just snappa.com. That's what I used.
All right.
By the by, if you don't want to pay money, you only get 3 free downloads a month.
That's good to
Make
know.
your choices wisely.
Okay. Will do. I'm just trying to get temp stuff. I can make my own thumbnails because most of the things are gonna be Minecraft related for the most part. / D&D, and the D&D is comparatively easy to do. Because I can just use a title thing that I make, on Devin's computer.
Mm-hmm. Continue. Continue.
So yeah, Mystical Meandering is the channel you can find all of my stuff on. Tuesdays and Fridays are going to upload music, and once I have my new computer, I'm going to be uploading Minecraft content, and I will be uploading D&D videos once I get them edited. I want to procrastinate on it.
Yeah.
I want to.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. As for me, first of all, thank you for shamelessly promoting yourself and taking like 5 minutes to do so. Secondly, as for me, I will continue to be only on this channel. Well, not only on this channel. I'm in a D&D campaign with Matthew and Devin, run by a man named David, who's a friend of mine.
That is a way of putting it.
I'm also on. I'll be continuing on this channel. I'll be continuing the podcast as always, and I don't know if I can guarantee this, but I have a very big video planned for February. A very big video. Let me look at my calendar really quickly. It's February the 21st. A very big video planned to go up on February 21st. So hopefully that'll actually be out. It depends on what happens.
All right.
Other than that, you can always find me at the Gaming Discussion channel on Twitter at gaming, the discussion, the official Gaming Discussion Twitter, where I will be posting the upload release, where I'll be posting the release of the video and also anything I happen to find interesting that is worth noting.
Okay.
As in like news or what have you throughout the week.
Mm-hmm.
You can also officially start listening to these podcasts on SoundCloud if you don't like YouTube. So there you go.
Cool.
On SoundCloud at SoundCloud, the www.soundcloud/GTD. What's that? The bracket, not bracket. What's the little thing that? What's the line? What's the line called? Dash. Yes, that's what it's called. Dash podcast. So let me try that again. www.soundcloud/GTD-podcast. That is where you can find me on SoundCloud. Only the first 2 episodes, only the first 2 episodes are up currently, but all of them will be appearing there shortly. Yes. Other than that, expect more podcasts, expect all the good stuff. You can find everything. I mean, we didn't have any trailers or news articles in this episode, but usually you'll find those in the description along with all of the links to my co-hosts' existences, like channels and such. So,
I actually do have a Twitter now because I need to try figuring out how to use social networks.
really,
Yeah, I do.
what is it for the audience then?
I don't know how to link to it.
Oh my god, just say what it is. What is the name of your Twitter?
It's just Matthew Baker because
You have a Mystical Meanderings Twitter account.
Yeah, but for some reason the one on my computer is connected differently than the one on my phone.
Okay then.
And I can't figure out how to change the display name.
All right then.
It's called I'm Very Professional.
Well, now shameless promotion is out of the way. Hooray, hooray, hooroo, hurrah, hooray. Sorry about the lack of people and the lack of content this episode. There was stuff planned, it just didn't happen. So, sorry about that. But thank you all so much for watching the GTD Podcast. Like, comment, and subscribe, and all that good stuff. Hit the bell, whatever. You can find all the information regarding this episode in the description, as well as the pinned comment below. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.